Hey, what's up everyone? Well, now that the Texas 200 is over and I'm back home, boat is cleaned, and I've already had her back in Lake Lewisville. Since coming back from the 200, I've had a lot of time to think back on the trip, especially things that I wish maybe I had brought, things that I'm glad I brought, things I didn't necessarily need, and things that maybe I would have done differently, in hindsight of course. So I thought I'd go through it with all of you. And without further ado, let's begin. Let's begin with things I'm glad I brought. Alright, so let's talk about gas. I have a 3-gallon gas tank on board that I use to run the outboard off of, and for this trip I brought an additional 5-gallon tank of gas. So in total we had 8 gallons of gas on board, and I'd say the trip total we burned through about 3.5, maybe 4 gallons, and we did a fair bit of motoring the last 2 days. I plan on bringing enough gas to motor us all the way to marker 37, which I'd planned to reach midday about day 4. I feel like this would have been cutting it close, but the 8 gallons might have been just enough had we needed to motor the entire way to marker 37. The motor, she's a 10 horsepower Honda B100, a 1983. Plenty reliable, plenty of power to get us out of any hairy situations that we would no longer want to be in. The motor is a bit of a luxury for the 200, but it also serves as one of our most important safety features. Extra lines for halyard sheets and 100 feet of 1/8 Dyneema. I brought this because it makes for a great replacement for steel cables due to its strength, lightweight, and compactability. It's 3 times stronger than steel cable, and a lot of sailors actually use Dyneema for their mast rigging, which is kind of cool. It worked out great for fixing our centerboard issue. A way to boil water, hot food, and hot coffee every day was a very nice treat. And a cooler full of ice to keep your drinks and rags cold. Sunscreen, tarp, a fan to help sleep at night, duct tape, solar power, a headlamp for walking around at night, and a pair of shoes. The one time that I didn't have my shoes on, I ended up cutting my foot open pretty good and actually went and got a tetanus shot about a week ago. We're all good. Tools, spare parts, extra shackles, blocks, clippies, an electric drill. I had my Ryobi on board. I had to disassemble the centerboard winch, and I couldn't have done that if I didn't bring any tools with me. Bring a tool for anything and everything. Things I brought that I ended up not needing but will bring again anyways: extra phone chargers and an extra phone or device. Now, we had a secondary phone on board, which was my brother's phone, but I actually never stopped to check to see if he had downloaded the charts. Phone reception was really bad out there and not very reliable. I also brought an iPad, which was supposed to be my primary device of navigation, but once I got out to Port Mansfield, I could never get the location to work on the damn thing, so it was pretty much useless. If anything would have gone wrong with navigation, just anywhere, period, that puts us in real danger of quickly veering off course. It's definitely something I'll remember to check next time. Always make sure your devices actually work and have everything downloaded before you leave port. I'm never gonna try to do number 2 in the boat ever again, and I'll just leave it at that. Bring a spare outboard prop. Dug into the mud and the sand a couple of times, beaching, and the first time it happened I immediately thought was, I should have a spare prop on board, and I don't. And I overpacked on food. I brought bread, tortillas, canned lunch meat, canned beans, chili, canned chicken, 2 boxes of breakfast granola bars. All of it I never touched except for the breakfast bars. Next time I'll actually take them out of the box for storage space, and I won't bring so many bars because I had a lot of bars left over. Things I did eat were all of my just add hot water, poured in a bag, MREs, simple and quick meals. Most things that only require about 10 minutes to boil a couple cups of water. Anything else I had planned for as far as making an actual meal or preparing lunch every day was out of the question after day one. You're just tired, there's too many things going on around you. Keep it simple, keep it clean. All of my meals going forward are going to be just add water and pour it into a bag kind of stuff. Adventure meals, I think they're called, that I ended up really liking. We had a stainless steel, like a camping French press for making coffee every day, which was really nice to have. I'd say we boil water 2 times a day for 6 days and about 30 minutes each use, and went through a tank of propane and didn't use much of the second bottle. Alright, well, that about does it for this episode. Like, subscribe, tell me in the comments if you like this, if you have any more questions about the trip, or about Thunder Road, or any questions just in general. Feel free to ask them. But yeah, until then, catch y'all next time. Take it easy.